Building a five-figure-a-month Airbnb short-term rental business is not rocket science, and I'm going to break it down to you in this video. But there's three things that are typically holding people back from starting out. Number one, they don't know how or where to start. Number two, they keep hearing that Airbnb is dead or it's saturated. And number three, they think they need $10, $20, $30,000 to even get started from scratch. Now, I'm going to break down to you exactly how you can start this business, whether you're looking at rental arbitrage or any other sort of business model that you can get into Airbnb, even with $0 out of your own pocket to start. And if you're looking to purchase a property, even better, because there's even more advantages. And I'm going to get into all of that today. Now, why should you even listen to me? Who am I? My name is Almahdi, and over the last few years, once I started in the Airbnb space, I quickly scaled to over 7 figures in revenue, and I have a multiple 7-figure Airbnb portfolio today in 2026. So the game has changed, and if you know how to approach it properly, what I'm going to get into this video is exactly how you can start and actually still take advantage of this opportunity. So I'm going to focus on how to overcome those 3 points that I just explained to you. And look, my student Jaden, at just 22 years old with 0 real estate experience, business experience whatsoever, working construction, was able to start up this business. And within just a few weeks, he secured his first unit. And within minutes of going live, he made $1,400 and his rent was $1,900. Okay. He just literally followed this exact blueprint. And that's because this business simply comes down to 3 things. Number 1, finding a winning property. Number 2, your amenities, your experiences, and your design. And then number 3, running the numbers and making sure that your costs are low and your profit is high. And all of the tools that you need to do that in this business are available to you. So if you follow this process that I'm going to get into, you're going to be able to do exactly the same thing. And most importantly, it doesn't need to be a property that you go buy. You can even do this with as little as $0 out of your own pocket with one of the strategies that I'm going to share with you. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you need to do is find a winning property. And this is where most people mess up. They get into a property that they shouldn't have gotten into, or they make an investment that they shouldn't have gotten into in the first place. So what makes a winning property? Well, let's take a step back. Where do you even find the tools to determine what a winning property is? So number 1, a winning property is one that stands out in that market, and that market has a demand. Now, what would make a property stand out? The amenities and the experiences, okay? So the amenities, pools, spas, basketball court, sauna, all of these different things that they can do at the property are the reason people book Airbnbs. They want to have a great experience and a great time with their family and friends. And the more memorable you make it and the more you stand out from the competition, the better chances you're going to get booked, and people will pay top dollar to actually make sure that they're in a place that they know is going to create great memories for them and their friends and family. Okay, so that's what you need to do when you're looking for a winning property. The days of getting an old, I like to call them granny properties, setting it up exactly like everyone else's property, those days are over, and you will fall behind if you do that. Okay, so that's number 1. Make sure you find a winning property. The tools that you need to do that are, funny enough, number 1, Airbnb. You need to go search that area that you're looking for property in and see what kind of amenities the properties in that area that are doing the best have. And then once you do that, you can understand what the baseline is for amenities and then how you can make it even better. So if you can have 1 or 2 amenities that all the other properties in your area don't have, but guests like, you're going to crush it in 2026. There is no question about it, because think about it. If you see 5 of the top properties in that area are, they have pools and spas, for example, at the very minimum, your property needs to have at least a pool and a spa. And now watch this. What if you add a sauna and the other properties don't have that? What if you add a mini gym? What if you add a theater room, like a movie theater room? Well, guess what? Anyone looking in that area to book a property is going to go with yours because you have more amenities, and it is literally that simple. All you have to do is step into the shoes of someone traveling, even yourself. When you're looking to travel somewhere, you and I want to have the best property with the most things to do in that property. And that's exactly how you stand out. Outside of Airbnb, you also want to use a tool called airdna.co. AirDNA is a tool that actually shows you all the data and metrics behind short-term rental properties in any city, town, country. So once you look up that property address, you look up and do the research on that market, you can see things like average daily rate, the occupancy rate for those areas, for that town, for that property, and you can understand if it's going to be a good investment. And that is the only time you would pull the trigger on getting into a deal. The second thing you need to do, especially in 2026 and moving forward, is setting up your property correctly. So we talked about amenities and experiences. Those are really, really big. The other thing that you need is really nice furniture and design. And again, your baseline should always be doing the research and finding out what's winning and how nice are the winning properties at the baseline minimum level in the area that you're searching. So if most people have a modern property, then you don't want to go get an older property that's maybe not as modernized or finished, because that's not just going to do as well as the other properties. It's just that simple. And always put yourself in the mind of someone that is traveling and what it is that you would like. So if most properties are professionally designed in that area, which I can tell you for a fact, in this day and age of Airbnb, they absolutely will be, you need to at least compete with that. And again, you know, if you work with me, we always say, make it a little nicer. Make it a little nicer at the least, because we want to stand out in the market. We want to make it so that when people scroll on the property, they see yours standing out with the nicest design. And by the way, this can be done on a budget. It truly can be done on a budget if you're smart and you know where to shop for this furniture. And most importantly, what matters to travelers, professionals, and guests that are coming to the area. Number two, part of setting up is where you're listing your property. There's so many different platforms now, not just Airbnb, and you need to be on all of those platforms. And here's another pro tip, by the way, and I've got another video about this, but there's also what's called midterm rentals, and those midterm rental sites, for example, something called Furnished Finder, you can find people that are coming in to travel for work, and professionals and people that are on longer stays, maybe 1, 2, or even more months. And that way you can get really good size bookings for longer and have less management to handle because there's less turnover and less cleanings, etc. So make sure that you absolutely do that, especially in 2026, because that is actually how you maximize your profit, okay? Especially in maybe a less busy season for short-term rentals in your area. Another part of automation is all the tools that you need to automate your business and using AI. So you need pricing software, you need guest management software, and those are all tools that will help make it so that you're running your business passively from that side of things. You want to be, whether you're at work, whether you're on a vacation. I just came back from Bali in Australia, and I was getting notifications for all the bookings coming in without me doing anything because all the guest communications are automated, the cleanings and my virtual assistant, they've got all of that automated and it's just running. So all I do is get notifications, okay? And that's exactly what you want to set up because you don't want to be building in your business forever. You want to build in the business and then step out of that so that you're only working on the business. And that means setting up processes and tools to automate your whole operation. So the third thing, and really it all boils down to this when it comes to the numbers and the money, is keeping it very, very simple. At the end of the day, the lower you keep your expenses and the higher revenue you drive, the more profit you can make. So I will give you an example and we'll also talk about startup costs. Let's say your property's mortgage or rent is $2,000 a month. Then you've got your utilities, internet, cable, water. If you have a landscaper or a pool person, let's add all of that up and call it another $700 to $1,000 a month, for example. right? That's for a house. It'd be much less for if you're selecting an apartment to start out. But let's keep it very conservative. Let's say you're all in for $3,000 a month. Well, if you've done the right research, you would not be getting into a property that earns you less than $5,000 a month. And guess what? That would leave $2,000 a month in profit. So the business model, especially if you're new, there's going to be one that I'm going to share with you that costs $0 to start upfront, and that is called co-listing or co-hosting, also known as Airbnb management. And the way Airbnb management works is you go find, whether it's an owner of a property or someone that's renting their property for a longer period of time, 12 months, 2 years, etc., and you offer to put their property on all the short-term rental platforms, and you manage all the guest flow, and you just take a percentage of that income for the month. So for example, and here, by the way, before I get to the example, this is literally essentially zero risk to you and $0 upfront to you. So if you find a landlord that's charging, let's say, $5,000 a month or $3,000 a month, let's just go with $3K a month on a long-term rental platform, and like Zillow, for example, you reach out to that landlord, and let's say they've been sitting there for a while, they have not gotten rented out. You come in with a solution and say, Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, here's my company. I manage short-term rentals in the area, and I'm happy to take on your property as well and generate you a profit, since right now you're sitting vacant. And once you list that property, of course, there's a script, by the way, which I'll give you step by step exactly how to speak to every landlord, depending on the circumstances and the situation. That's a whole other training. And once you do that, when you find those individuals, let's say you're able to generate them $10,000 a month on Airbnb. Well, if you charge 20%, guess what? Not only are you making them more money, because instead of them charging their $5,000 a month, you made them $10,000 that month, and you just take 20%. Would that be okay? Of course. They're making more money than they would have on a long-term rental basis, because long-term rentals rent for less money. That's just a fact. And they make $8,000 that month, and you take the 20%, which is the $2K. So out of the $10,000, right? You made them $10,000 on Airbnb and VRBO, all these platforms. You manage the cleanings and all of that, and you take 20%. That's $2,000 to you. You had no rent, you had no risk, you didn't have to do anything but manage the guest flow, and then also take care of the communications, which you would be automating. So think about that. You find 2, 3, 4 properties like that, you're just taking out, and in that case, by the way, that was a 20% example. You can start out charging anywhere from 10 to 30%, and think about that profit. Okay, think about that profit with zero risk to you, and you didn't have to go rent the property. You didn't have to go furnish the property. You didn't have to do any of that. So a great way to start out if you have low capital. The second way you can start in this business is what's called Airbnb Rental Arbitrage. Okay, and like I mentioned to you earlier, many of my students start out with rental arbitrage. And for example, my student Jaden, he started out with rental arbitrage at just 22 years old, and within a few weeks of securing his first property, his first unit generated him $1,400 within 10 minutes of listing his property, because he followed my steps literally down to the T. And rental arbitrage is when you go find a landlord that is willing to allow you to sublet that property. So basically, you go on Zillow, for example, you find a landlord that's got a property rented out for $2,000 a month, and you get that under contract for that 12-month period, 18-month, 24-month period, and you get their permission to allow you to sublet that property and list it on all the platforms. And after you pay them their rent and you cover the utilities, you keep all of the profit back in your pocket. Okay, very, very simple. And again, the math is very simple. You do need, for the startup costs, you would need furniture and first month's rent, which, by the way, I help you learn how to negotiate free rent, which, again, back in the example of my student that I just mentioned, he got 5 weeks for free. 5 weeks of free rent up front. So think about this. So powerful. You can do all of that setup and start making money before you even pay rent. That's if you know what you're doing. And having an amazing design so that you do get booked pretty much immediately once you list your property on all the platforms. Okay, so keeping your expenses low, collecting the rest of the rent. Okay, so guess what? That first booking in his case, for example, brought him in a little over $1,400. His rent was $1,800 or $1,900, and that was one booking. So the second booking, he's immediately in profit. Think about how powerful that is. And that's the concept, right? Pay your rent, pay your utilities, pay your expense. Anything above that you generate is back in your pocket. So you do need startup capital, probably around $10K to furnish your first 3-bedroom property, less if you go into an apartment unit. And then of course, the more bedrooms you have, the more cost you would have. So about 12, 14K for a 4 or a 5-bedroom. And another very powerful thing, by the way, in the program that I have, you get a furniture list with pre-designed top-tier designs that are crushing it in today's market. All you literally have to do is go buy it. So it's all already designed for you. And we're talking top-notch interior design from my team. That's already done, okay? So that saves a tremendous amount of time and helps you dominate in your market because you just simply have a nicer design. Your photos are gonna look nicer, your property's gonna look nicer, people are gonna wanna stay at that property because that is the level of competition in 2026. All right. So again, arbitrage is an amazing way to build up multiple properties. Think about what that could do. That one property, you're generating, let's say, $2,000 a month in profit after your expenses. I mean, you do 2, 3, 4 of those. As long as you get in the right property, you're making an amazing income. And then you stack that cash and eventually you can do a purchase on a property and actually start investing in real estate, which is what I recommend to all my students. And that does take a little bit of time unless you're ready and you already have a well-paying job, in which case you can just go ahead and purchase that property. And again, all these same principles that I just shared with you apply. And the bonus with purchasing property is there are tremendous tax benefits. There's what's called the short-term rental loophole, where you can deduct all of those expenses against your income from your business, and that can result in tremendous tax savings. So that is a huge bonus if you own property, especially if you own a business or you have a W-2 income for those tax deductions. And then of course, outside of the actual cash flow that you're generating every month, and the tax benefits, you also have the appreciation. So you're gaining equity over time, you're able to get the tax advantages, and you have the cash flow. It's a triple whammy. And again, this is all if you get into the right property, which is the name of the game. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the Airbnb business in a nutshell. And I just wanted to share with you how simple the concept actually is. So if you're thinking, hey, this is something that I want to learn more about or I want to get into, and you want that one-on-one guidance, click the link in the description. I work with a handful of students every single month where I literally show you step-by-step how to start, whether it's rental arbitrage, whether it's co-listing, or if you're looking to purchase a property. I can help you and guide you step-by-step in doing that. And especially if you're looking to start with arbitrage, I'll be teaching you how to start your entire business with 0% APR business funding. So you actually don't even need to use your own money, and that way you can build that cash flow. So if you're interested, click the link in the description, apply to see if you qualify. And for the rest of you, if you like the content, subscribe, leave a comment, be great.